Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. So, this law advises against relying on close friends for important tasks and suggests that enemies or former enemies can actually be more loyal and valuable allies. So, first, let's talk about the danger of friends. Friends are the quickest to become envious or secretly resent your success. Because they're close, they feel that they're entitled to your resources and may start to show that entitlement, meaning they just expect things from you. A lot of times they have hidden agendas. Friends will often avoid conflict, and they'll tell you whatever you want to hear rather than the truth. And this makes it difficult to assess their true feelings or what kind of skills they actually have as a person. And that can blind you to potential betrayal. So now let's talk about the utility of an enemy. So an enemy or a former enemy that you were to hire or promote will work incredibly hard to prove their loyalty because they know that their position is precarious, and this fear will drive them to perform better instead of becoming complacent. Let's talk about transparency. So, unlike friends, your enemies have clear motivations. Because you're naturally on guard against them, they're less likely to catch you off guard with hidden motives or any kind of passive-aggressive sabotage. So how do you apply this? Well, first you have to separate your personal feelings from your professional power dynamics. You have to prioritize skill, competence, and leverage over sentimental affection when you're building a team or when you're aligning with others, whether a friend or an enemy. Also, don't be afraid of conflict because, all right, so having strategically created enemies can clarify your objectives and it gives you something to rally against. So basically, what does all of this mean? When you break it all down, I'm not saying to not trust your friends, but remember that trust is earned. And an enemy that's working very hard to earn your trust is probably actually trying to re-earn your trust. Whereas a friend, they already think they have your trust. So, they will expect things from you that enemies don't. Also, the truth is, if you lose an enemy, what have you really lost? But if you gained something because an enemy did something, you went all the way around. There's no downside to it. None of us want to lose friends. None of us want our friends to become enemies. But if you can turn an enemy or a former enemy into an ally, it's such a positive that it's pretty insane. I don't really know how else to explain this, but if you guys have questions or comments, please let me know. We'll discuss it. There's going to be a whole series on this. I've already done the first law. This is the second law. And we'll just kind of go through all of these. So thanks, everybody.